It's Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. Thanks for joining me today. We have a lot to talk about. There is so much going on. Woke up this morning, missiles flying into Israel. The port strike has begun. These poor people down south, the Carolinas, Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, that are trying to get through this storm now and recover and find missing people. My heart goes out to all these people. Make sure we're saying a prayer for these people and for America. I mean, it just seems like things are really escalating. Things are really getting out of control. I was watching a video this morning. Most of you know Appalachia's Homestead, Patera. Give her some love. Check out her video. It was titled Boots on the Ground. And I was watching it this morning. And look, this is a lady that walks the walk out there just helping out, volunteering, delivering goods, and shooting video of some of the damage that the storm has done in her area. Again, give her some love. Check out her channel. I love people who really walk the walk. And I believe she's put a link on her channel for donations. She kind of vetted some of these places to where you can donate some money and not feel like you're getting ripped off or robbed, that the money's going to the right places. So you can check out her channel, check out the links to places you can donate to. But really, really good to see people out there helping and walking the walk. So Patera, great job. Be safe out there. All my prayers to the people in Tennessee, the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, all over the South there. God bless all of you. And I hope that things get better. What's really sad is where is our government? Where is the money? I think we should see a lot more response down there, and we're not really seeing it. People are wondering, where's all the help? Where's all the help? This is another stark reminder that when something bad happens, you're on your own. You are on your own, and we're going to see more bad things happen. And they may not be natural. They may be man-made. And people are going to just sit there and wait for help that's not coming. So, take this as a lesson, ladies and gentlemen, that if something bad happens in your area, whether it's man-made or not, or a natural disaster, you will be on your own. And thank God for good people that are helping one another. But it just shocks me that we can send billions upon billions of dollars to other countries, but we're not down here, that this is not the main priority for the United States of America. We should have so many troops down there. We should have equipment down there. Somebody in the government should be writing some big checks to make sure that people are getting their power turned back on, that the debris is getting cleaned up, that people are eating, that people at least have some comfort to know that progress is being made, that help is on the way. And I just don't see it happening. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, check out Appalachia's Homestead, Patera. Great job. Another thing about these storms, people in parts of Tennessee and the Carolinas are standing their ground as looting reports flood X, Twitter X. I'm watching some of the videos there, people being arrested for looting, signs in the window. There's sheriff out there in South Carolina, Granville County Sheriff Hobart Lewis told looters his residents are very well armed. Says here on the hedge, looting erupts after biblical floods devastate southeast U.S. Sheriff urges residents to carry with safety off. I mean, you got to be a real lowlife to go in and be looting people's homes in something like this, a real lowlife. But people in these areas are going to stand their ground. They're going to protect themselves. God bless all of you. We're praying for you. Just unbelievable what we're witnessing. The storms, the port strikes, the missiles flying into Israel. It is just one thing after another. Over 200 missiles made their way into Israel. Obviously, they have the Iron Dome, shot a majority of these down, but the war is escalating. CNBC, Iran launches missile attack on Israel for killing Hezbollah leader general. So over 200 missiles there. I was just watching that this morning. It's scary. It's really, really scary what's going on. Things are escalating. We need people in power to sit down and to diffuse all of this. We have too many weak people, and this stuff is getting absolutely out of control. And while I'm watching all this today, I'm watching oil prices go through the roof, up 3.7%, up $2.55 as I make this video. Crude oil spikes more after Iran fires missiles at Israel, CNBC. So just think that if Israel now is obviously going to be retaliating, if oil refineries in the Middle East get hit, what does that mean? That means oil prices are going to go way up. So a lot happening. East and Gulf Coast ports strike with ILA longshoremen walking off job from New England to Texas standing. Billions in trade. This on CNBC. So we got about 50,000 dock workers now on strike. Here's another one today. Port strike could reignite inflation with larger economic impact dependent on how long it lasts. Think about this. This is harvest season out there, Midwest, East Coast, the South. Peanuts, cotton, whatever. This stuff has to go to the ports and be shipped out. Well, the ports are closed. Where does it go now? What's going to happen to all these perishable items that not just are being imported, but perishable items that are being exported? I don't know. This is going to be really, really bad. How long does this last? Comment down below. Is this going to last more than a week? If this lasts more than a week, this is going to be absolutely catastrophic to the U.S. economy. Every day, they said this is going to start costing $5 billion a day. I was reading this article today, and I watched this video. It begins. This is on Zero Hedge. U.S. port strikes erupt. First shutdown in 50 years sparks fears of supply chain crisis. And I was watching Harold Daggett, the chief negotiator for the International Longshoremen Association. And this dude is pretty much gangster. He says, I will cripple you, and he says, you have no idea what that means. Now, the Justice Department accused him of being an associate of the Genovese family, the Genovese crime family, one of the big 5 mafia families in New York. This guy, watching him, I've never seen this guy before. I'm watching this interview on a video today. Harold Daggett. I will cripple you, he says. And then he goes on to say, you have no idea what that means. This could get very, very ugly because this guy looks like he's going to do whatever he wants to do. And you got to think, why did they decide all of a sudden to strike now? Obviously, they have a lot of leverage because of the time of year, the holiday season coming. But the Justice Department accused him of being an associate of the Genovese crime family. This stuff just gets crazier and crazier. Who's going to negotiate with this guy? This guy, I guess, has like an 80-foot yacht. He drives around in a Bentley, makes about $750,000 a year, doing very, very well. So, look, I don't really have a dog in this fight. I believe that these longshoremen, at least the ones out here in the West Coast, make very, very good money. I'm not exactly sure how they do on the East Coast and the Gulf. I would imagine they're doing okay. But this dude, Harold Daggett, he's doing very, very well, making well over $700,000 a year and floating around in a yacht and a Bentley. So we'll see how it plays out, how long this goes. But this guy looks like he's not going to just fold like a deck of cards, that's for sure. Job openings unexpectedly jump over 8 million on record surge in construction job openings. Record surge in construction job openings. This is more BS, ladies and gentlemen. The August jump in construction job openings was the biggest on record. Do you believe this? Do you believe any of this now, or is this just a total bunch of BS? It's a total bunch of BS. While new home starts is at the lowest in years, yet they're telling us that this was the biggest jump in construction jobs on record, while home starts are at the lowest in years. It says here in the article, 70% of the job openings is just made up. It's all fake. all fake. But I guess this will be more justification to tell us that everything is okay. We're going to cut interest rates. Inflation's going down. 8 million job openings. Wages are going up. GDP's, everything's fine, ladies and gentlemen. Everything's fine. If you believe this, God bless you. Peter Schiff, exclusive. Gold to 26,000. This also on the hedge today. Read any of these articles. Make sure you do your due diligence and Google these articles. Check out these articles. Gold to 26,000. Is that possible? Is it possible? Gold had a very, very good day today. We're sitting right around all-time highs. But Peter says this: if gold can go to $20 an ounce to let me repeat that. If gold can go from $20 an ounce to $2,600 an ounce, it can go from $2,600 to $26,000 an ounce. Makes sense, right? Why not? Why not? Gold had another very, very good day today, and it's going to continue to have a lot of good days as long as missiles are flying into Israel. We have major port strikes. We have a housing collapse. We have an economic collapse, all this stuff that's happening, everything that's happening politically, geopolitically, the wars, the economy, the massive amount of debt. This is going to be very, very good for gold. It's going to be very, very bad for most people. It's going to be very, very bad for the U.S. economy. And of course, the BRICS nations and the challenge to the U.S. dollar, this is all going to be very, very good for gold. But be careful what you wish for, ladies and gentlemen. People are, I can't wait till it hits 3,000, 5,000. It's going to go to 10 and all this euphoria. But careful what you wish for, because something comes with it. The higher the price of gold goes, the weaker the dollar is getting, right? It's just a reflection of the US dollar. And it's a reflection of more wars. It's a reflection of an economic downturn. This might be good for gold, but it's going to be very, very bad for the average person. You're not going to be wanting to walk the streets. You're not going to be wanting to go into the cities. You're going to see more economic trouble, more social trouble. Gold is just reflecting big trouble. It is a red flag. It is alerting us that things are breaking politically, they're breaking economically, they're breaking socially, even spiritually. Gold is just warning us of these things. So be careful what you wish for. If gold gets to 5,000, do you think you're really going to want to leave your house? If it hits 10,000, do you think it's really going to be safe out there? Do you think the world's going to be a very nice place if gold's at $10,000 an ounce? Heaven forbid gold got to $26,000 an ounce. We're living in a whole nother world, ladies and gentlemen. So careful what you wish for. The mad dash in India to buy gold. In India, gold symbolizes financial security. And I look at gold as financial security, and you should look at it. And if you can't afford gold, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get some silver. Silver is going to go along for the ride, in my opinion. If you need a reputable place to buy, go to my link down below, SD Bullion. They will take care of you. It's the only place I've been buying my metals from for 7 years. If you don't have some metals right now, you are way behind. In my opinion, they got a long way to go. If you believe that the dollar's in trouble, if you believe the economy's in trouble, if you believe we're going to see more war and more problems globally, then you better be holding some real assets, some real money like gold and silver. India saw gold imports surge to a record $10.1 billion in August, more than double compared to a year ago, and triple July's $3.1 billion. India is the second largest consumer of gold, China being number one. And when you look at what the central banks are doing, what Russia's doing, China's doing, Saudi Arabia's doing, why are they buying up all of this gold, ladies and gentlemen? Why are they buying up all of this gold? Don't get left behind. I was like, well, when it hits 2,000, I probably won't buy anymore. I'm buying more. I have no choice. I can't just sit on dollars. I'm not going to just sit on paper. I'm not going to just gamble in the stock market. I mean, you've got to be holding real things right now, because at some point, when they pull the rug out on this, the stock market will collapse. The economy is collapsing right now before your very eyes. The housing market is collapsing right now. They can tell us prices are going up, but sales are crashing. So you can ask whatever you want for a house. The question is, can you sell it? You're having a much more difficult time selling your house. We are looking at one problem after another, and God forbid Heaven forbid that this whole thing in the Middle East and Eastern Europe escalates us getting into World War III. Very, very possible. We have never been this close to World War III in your lifetime, my lifetime, your parents' lifetime. It's never been this close. CVS Health to cut 2,900 jobs. This will affect corporate employees. Another cost-cutting plan. More companies, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be cutting thousands upon thousands of jobs, and we're seeing small businesses, small companies, 50, 100, 200 employees. They're cutting people. They just don't get. We just don't hear from them. That doesn't get reported. We just hear about the big boys, the big companies, the big corporations. But think about how many small businesses that have 10 employees had to let 5 people go. Have 100 employees, had to let 20 of them go, 50 of them go. We don't hear about that. But people are getting let go every day. They're losing their jobs every day. The economic collapse.com. 3 major problems which are looming over the United States as the month of October begins. You know, and these people out there that just said, oh, boy, you know, don't be negative. This is all doom and gloom. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Our politicians are working hard. Boy, you are a very ignorant human being to think like that. We are seeing so much disruption, not just here in America, but across the globe. And if you are not preparing for this financially, mentally, physically, and spiritually, you are going to be a statistic. You are going to be a victim of this. Things are escalating, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be blind to what is happening right in front of your very eyes. This is reality. Don't fear it. Prepare for it. Too many people, I think, are really too scared to talk about it, to watch it, to admit what is happening because they're fearful, because they're not prepared. You need to be preparing. Don't live your life in fear. If you're a prepared individual, prepared family, you're not going to live your life in fear. You're prepared to deal with these things. 36 ports now are closed. Half of America's cargo from ships come into these ports. We're going to see if this goes on. Now, hopefully this gets resolved today, maybe tomorrow, whatever. If this goes on for a week or two, it's going to start causing shortages and prices to go up. I'm going to finish with this last article coming from the economiccollapse.com. It's titled 3 Major Problems Which Are Looming Over the United States as the Month of October Begins. And again, if you get a few minutes, read some of these articles. So right now, October 1st, 2024, 36 ports on the East Coast and the Gulf are closed. This handles half of America's cargo from ships. Now, this is probably, if this goes on for a few more days, it's going to begin to be trouble. I would think that a week or 2 weeks, we got real big trouble as far as shortages and prices beginning to go way up. Inflation rising yet again. And we know inflation is much higher than they're telling us. But the East Coast and Gulf ports are closed. Major deal. This is going to have a huge effect on a lot of Americans. And think about the medications, the pharmaceuticals that are going to be delayed or just not getting here. Perishable goods that will be lost, destroyed. And think about the exports that cannot be exported now. Big, big trouble. October 1st, 2024, the major cleanups from the storm in the south and missing people. This is going to cost billions upon billions of dollars. People's lives have been shattered. Literally, cities have been just washed away, gone, and people's lives have been turned upside down. So we'll be dealing with this now. Also, immigration and Customs published data that 425,000 newcomers are convicted criminals just living freely amongst us. Some of them down there in those cities. So all this going on. So a lot of things happening. We've got a lot of very, very bad people walking around. We are going to see billions of dollars in cleanup. I don't know how the insurance companies will handle this. I don't know how long this will take because we are so busy giving money to the rest of the world. I don't know how long it's going to take for the money to get down there, to help these people, to feed these people, to find the missing people, to rebuild. And all this while 36 ports, East Coast and Gulf have shut down. And if this shutdown lasts more than a week, it is going to be a big deal. a really, really big deal. So please comment down below on any of this. We could probably talk another 2 hours with everything that is happening. But do you think things are going to continue to escalate? Will they calm down? What are your thoughts down there in the South with the storm? Are they getting enough help? Are they getting enough money? Where is the money, ladies and gentlemen? Where is all the help? I mean, I'm seeing some help, but I think for being the United States of America, the wealthiest so-called nation on planet Earth, we should see a lot more help. And we should definitely see a lot more of our leaders and politicians down there. They should have already been down there. And I haven't seen them. So I'm going to leave it there today. Make sure to check out Appalachia's Homestead, Patera, Walking the Walk. God bless you. It's good to see good people out there helping their communities, helping people, helping America. To everybody else out there, please, 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 please stay safe. Please pray for America. And please walk the walk. We all have got to take responsibility now for ourselves, for our families, for our country. Be safe. God bless.